how to look after your mental health when you're moving house. Did you know that moving house is widely considered a very stressful experience? Seriously stressful. Recent research found that 61% of us rate moving house as the most stressful event in our lives, ranking it as more stressful than getting a divorce. So, yeah, it's not as simple as shifting a few boxes. Naturally, I do not currently own a house, because house prices are out of control and we're all screwed. Thanks, parents and grandparents, so instead I've been renting for the last few years. Last weekend I moved into my partner's place, and, knowing packing up all my stuff and moving had the potential to be stress-filled, I took steps to make the move as easy as humanly possible. Some steps I took definitely worked. There were others I wish I had taken. I shall now impart them onto you, because when you struggle with mental illness it's incredibly important to avoid excess stress. The last thing you need when you're working on feeling better is a relapse mid-move that leaves you sobbing surrounded by broken mugs and boxes. This doesn't mean actually packing up your stuff and removing it from your current living space, but don't try to do absolutely everything in the space of a weekend. Make some time in the lead-up to moving day to do what you can. Organize your clothes, bedding, and books into stuff you want to take to your new place, stuff you want to give to charity, and stuff that you'll need in your new place, but not in the short term, meaning this can go in storage space. This is handy as it'll give you a real understanding of how many things you actually have, it's always more than you thought, and allow you to donate anything you don't want to bother with on moving day. You can sort out other admin beforehand, too, to make yourself feel a bit more in control. Sort out your internet provider so you know you'll have internet the minute you move in. Scope out the nearest shops to grab food, and sign up to a new GP. Anything you can do a few weeks before the move won't just make the actual moving process easier, it'll also help to make you feel like you've got things under control. I didn't do this, and I regret it. You can move all your stuff from one place to another in the space of a weekend, but you'll feel rushed, run down, and your arms will ache from lifting boxes. The lack of downtime will mean you won't have a proper weekend and you'll go straight back to the rush of work without having any time to settle in. Book at least a day off. Give yourself more time than you think you'll need to move, even if it's just a getting used to things day. This'll prevent you from feeling panicked about there not being enough time to sort things out and make sure you actually get to relax a little before you charge straight into life in your new place. You won't be fully set up and organized within a few hours, and having to rummage around endless bags and boxes trying to find a pack of fluoxetine you need to take before bed is no fun, trust me. I ended up skipping multiple days of medication because it wasn't where I expected it to be. Learn from my mistakes and have one clearly marked bag or box packed with everything you'll need for the next 3 days, underwear, toiletries, and medication. That'll give you a window to get sorted out while still looking after yourself. Once you've done your daily essentials bag or box, do a comforting one, a bag or box filled with things that'll make you feel at home even when the majority of your stuff is piled up in the kitchen. For me that's a cozy blanket, my favorite cushions, a mug, and some green tea. For you it's probably something different. Don't worry if it feels silly. Anything that makes you feel comforted is crucial right now. I know, you're a strong, independent grown-up and you can do this all by yourself. That's true. You can. But it'll be an absolute nightmare. No one will be shocked that you need some assistance moving house. Everyone knows it's difficult and time-consuming. So don't feel bad about asking for help, whether that's lugging over boxes or offering up their car so you don't have to trek across London on 3 different tube lines. Moving house can be stressful for many reasons, chief among them money. You've got to think about deposits and new rent and furniture and all kinds of other deeply frustrating expenses, and when you're thinking about that, any frivolous spending can send you into a full-on panic spiral. But here's the thing. You will spend some money on stuff you don't technically need when you're moving house, but will make things a lot easier. Therapy can be awkward and uncomfortable, but that and number 039's kind of the point. You are not a burden. What it and number 039's like to start private therapy. How to prepare for your first therapy session. You'll pay for an Uber so you don't have to journey on the bus. You'll order takeout because you're too tired from carting around suitcases to go to the supermarket. You'll buy a load of new socks because you can't find a single matching pair. If you're unprepared for that, you're going to worry about it and feel really guilty for spending cash. So instead, set aside some silly money and accept that it'll go on something that isn't the smartest, best use of money. It's okay. It's okay if you're not completely moved in and organized by Sunday evening. Do not power through because you feel like it has to be done right away. It really doesn't. Treat moving house as you would a working day. It shouldn't be non-stop work. You should be taking breaks, and once you're off the clock you should be doing things you enjoy. It's perfectly okay to watch old episodes of Kitchen Nightmares USA. I find the predictable structure very soothing, even when you're not entirely sure where your underwear is. It's essential to still get enough sleep rather than staying up late to try to get everything done. You haven't failed if the move takes a little longer than expected. Your mental health is still priority number one. Take care of yourself before you worry about where your saucepans need to go. This article is part of Getting Better, a weekly series about my journey through getting help with my mental health. You can read all previous Getting Better posts here, and check back next Monday for an update on how everything's going. More, therapy can be awkward and uncomfortable, but that's kind of the point. More, it's tough when caring about someone means obsessively worrying about them. More, here's what to expect when you come off antidepressants.